Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. I'm one of your hosts, Becky. I'm joined by Matthew.
Hello.
We got Rainie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest here. We got Desiree.
Hi.
Woo. What up, Desiree?
Hi. Not much.
Welcome back.
How's your morning?
Good. Just hanging around, doing some work,
Working hard.
working so hard.
Well, we've had you on the pod before.
Yes.
You're a fan favorite.
Yes.
We
Oh, wow.
love, we love that you're coming
I was just
back.
like, yes, I am a fan favorite. I'm back.
You are. It's
True.
the conviction. It's the conviction. Yes.
But we want to start off by talking about what are your roses and your thorns of the week? What's something you've loved and something you've loved a little less?
Okay, Rose is obviously, I finished Onyx Storm yesterday.
Whoa.
Literally, I'm an audiobook girly, so I was driving home from work and it ended and then I like screamed and then I sat in silence the entire 25 more minutes home. I was just like, what do I do with this? And then Kaylin and Leslie are like book girlies, haven't even started it. Leslie's like waiting for Kaylin and I was like, don't do that.
No, don't do it.
No.
How have you? I'm also like, how do you wait that long and not see spoilers online?
I know. I immediately went on TikTok and I was just like, okay, what do other people think? What's going on?
100%. There were so many times. Okay, so I would say if you have not finished Onyx Storm,
Or started.
Matt, or started, you can skip this next little. We'll put a time code at the bottom for when you can come back and listen to our book club. I was so confused for the first. I think it took me so long to read because I could not remember a single person that they mentioned. They were like, and there's Aurora. And I'm like,
No.
Aurora?
Literally, I'm not good at remembering people to begin with. So I was kind of fine with it because I'm very much like a context clues. I'm like, I guess I'll figure it out. And then I started seeing people online being like, oh, I don't really know. I was like, oh, it's not just me this time.
Yeah.
Usually I'm just like, I don't remember who this person is, whatever.
A Wikipedia,
Yeah.
Facebook.
A lot of people did put little trees to help you remember who was.
I did end up going on TikTok and trying to look for I need refreshers. And I was like, oh, okay, this is starting to make more sense. But I'm always I just forget things. So I'm just kind of like, man, that's normal. I don't know who that is.
What's the premise of the book in the series? Just for people who don't know.
Well, it's basically a war college of these people who want to ride dragons. And that's kind of how they fight and they learn to ride with their dragon and they get signets through their dragons, which is a special power.
Okay.
And so it's kind of following a girl's journey throughout the college experience.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
and the wars that are happening.
Yeah, there's active war.
Yeah.
Oh, are people dying?
Yes.
Lots. Left and right.
Uh-huh.
R.I.P. Liam.
Oh, Liam.
Or are we R.I.P.ing Liam? I saw a theory online and I was like, I don't know.
I think Liam's dead.
I think Liam's dead too. The only way I could see it, and this was a theory that I saw someone else say, was it the Malik one that Malik sent him back? And so when she was hallucinating, when she was being tortured, it was not a hallucination.
Well,
it was actually his spirit.
There was something like that where they were they said that riders have to be buried with or have to be burned with their dragons. And they said specifically that they buried him in his dragon.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe it could be Liam.
Like a phoenix rising.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because the book ended on a big cliffhanger this time.
Huge.
So basically,
This book did.
This book
Or
did.
the last one.
The last one did. So the last book, there's these. I also don't know how to pronounce anything in the book.
Oh, well,
I've
I'm
made
an
up my
audiobook, so
own.
I can.
Oh,
I
you
can kind
do?
of help you. Yeah.
How do you? Well, Venon's easy.
Yeah,
but how
Venon.
do you say the other
Wyvern.
Yeah. Okay. So
Hmm.
the Venon are bad magic people. So they pull magic from
Dark
the
magic.
earth, and that's
Dark
a
magic.
no. They're dark wielders. And it basically makes you you don't have any feelings anymore, and you
lose your soul, basically.
lose your soul.
Mm.
And in the last book, our main love interest, our other protagonist, Xaden, he pulled from the earth to
Uh-oh.
save his friends and family.
It was for good things.
It was for a good cause. And so in this book, it's him trying to not turn into a bad guy. But we ended on a huge cliffhanger where the book is always told from Violet's sort of POV, or it's from transcribed.
Yeah.
A scribe transcribed it from Violet's point of view. But the end of the book, does different characters' point of view for different chapters. And it gets very confusing. And then all of a sudden you're in Xaden's point of view. And he's like, I can't believe it. My new brother chose this life after seeing me struggle with it. And you're like, who? Name him. Name him. And we don't know. He never named him. So the cliffhanger, the spoiler is
Who the brother?
Yeah.
And then also Xaden and Violet got married.
Yeah.
And one of the other cadets, Signants, helped her forget. So she doesn't remember why.
Yeah.
So people are like, well, why did they get married and not let her just remember it? So that's the only way I could see. We're big Garrick people. We both
I think it's Garrick.
We think it's Garrick. There's too many fingers point at Garrick. Yeah. I did see, the only reason I think it could be Bodhi is because he got married to Violet. So I think that he thinks Bodhi's going to go bad.
Yeah,
and then
that's
Violet
fair.
will be able to.
Because Bodhi will can take over the. I don't even know what you.
He's the next in line. He's the next in line.
Yeah.
For
Xaden's a duke.
He's a duke. The Duke of Tierendor.
Tierendor, I think. Yeah.
And
Tierendor.
His cousin is the next in line, and then that's it. And then it goes to some bad man.
Yeah, people.
They're all
they
bad
don't-
men.
Yeah, they don't want them.
So what is so intriguing about this series? Wow, silence.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm like,
okay.
well, people are like, oh, it's like all smutty. I saw somebody who like posted something online where it was like the book is like 2% smut.
Yeah, it's very minimal smut.
Which is also funny that it's from a scribe's perspective because that means Violet's telling some other girl all of these smutty scenes like, yeah, we fucked like XYZ. And she's
or
like,
the scribe is putting in extra detail.
yeah, exactly. No, she's good. We like her.
I don't know. Maybe Jasenia would be a great villain.
I don't know.
Later on.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of like the whole dragon thing with the having the powers. Like that's always fun. And setting it in a school gives it very like, I don't know, fantasy. I don't know.
Harry
It's like,
Potter.
yeah,
It's
Harry
like
Potter.
college.
Yeah.
As opposed to like high school. Like
Yeah.
it
Oh my God,
automatically
yes.
ages everyone up.
Yeah.
I'm not weirded out by anything.
Yeah. And I think like when you first get into it, the hook is basically like Violet, the main character, is like she was supposed to be a scribe. Like she was not going to be going into this war college. Like that was like some of her other family did that, but she's like, she has like a chronic illness. So like even like her being like going into that is like her body is like, you know, kind of, it's harder for her to recover. And like you always hear about her shoulders, like
Her
popping out of, like her ligaments are like,
pulling.
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
like,
Yeah.
so like, it's very interesting, like trying to see her POV doing that while her mother is like the head of this college.
And the one who like forced her to do it. So it's kind of like Divergent, but in Divergent, nobody forced Shailene Woodley to be Divergent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So once
Yeah.
you get in there and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm in. And now you're just,
Yeah.
I
And
have
then
to
there's
see where it goes.
this hot guy, Xaden, who's they're kind of enemies to lovers, but not even like really enemies. They're kind of mean to each other for about 3 pages. and
yeah.
then-
But like Violet's mom killed his dad. So it's like, you know, drama.
Torrid.
Yeah.
drama. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of world building.
Yeah. A lot of lies.
A lot of lies.
Mhm.
Everybody's
A lot
lying.
of lies.
Everybody's lying left and right. I like the worlds that she builds because I think they're easy to understand.
Yeah.
You know, you're not reading Lord of the Rings here.
Yeah.
It's not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like me being like, I don't really know who these people are. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be able to be deep into, well, they said this then and this person's like, I don't know that, but I don't need to know that.
no.
I'm like, just tell me the story.
It'll make an
easy read.
excellent TV show, which it's
Yeah, that's what
it's
that's what they're gonna do.
aiming for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's it coming out, Becky? She doesn't know.
I don't know. They're writing it right now.
Oh.
I guess like the author
Scribe
has
is
seen the
scribing.
first. Yeah, they've seen the first like draft of the script, and she's all excited.
Who do you want to
Oh,
play each person?
interesting.
I don't know. I don't know actors and actresses like that.
There's some good fan edits I've seen. The one that everyone thinks is going to be the girl that played Renesmee in Twilight as Violet.
Oh, okay.
And then there was another guy, but I can't remember what he was in.
There's some Australian guy that people want to be like Xaden or something.
Let's see what the first TikTok I pull up if I search Xaden fan cast.
I've been seeing a lot of like
Xaden Fancast.
I've seen a lot of like I don't know if it's like AI generated or what.
Oh,
but like
yeah.
the graphic of what they all look like, and I'm like, damn, they're fucking hot. They're so hot.
Okay, this person thinks is this AI? Is this a real man?
That's the thing is I have no idea. I'm like,
are you a real man?
It's obviously AI.
But I do know what they're really big on. Making
this
sure,
guy is.
They want to make sure that
Yes.
Xaden isn't white. That's the one thing I know
Yeah.
is Xaden will not be a white man because he's also I think
He's-
described as
He's
like
not white in the
dark
book.
skin. So people are like he's not going to be white, and I was like, I hope not. That's not how he's
Yeah.
described. But
No.
Right.
It's the guy from, if you're watching Dune, the TV show.
Okay.
It's the prince from the Dune TV show.
nice.
Nice.
It's kind of like Shadow.
That's
It's like Divergent, Shadow Hunters,
Like-
little Harry Potter.
Yeah, like kind of set in a school vibe like that, where they're
Yeah.
like fighting some big bad.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're easy. I like that it's an easy book. I'm
Yeah.
not like,
Doesn't take you 7.
it's not the most
months to
challenging
read.
book I've ever
Yeah.
read. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's pretty fast paced.
Yes.
Yeah.
I usually when I'm listening to an audiobook, I tend to put it on before I go to sleep so I can just like listen to the story and I'll usually fall asleep. I like do a bookmark so I re-listen to it in the morning. But this one, I found myself like 2 nights in a row. I was like listening to it always when it was something crazy happening and I'd be like, wait, what? And then I'd be like, I'm like, I sat here for an hour and I didn't fall asleep. So it really gets you hooked in those parts.
It does. She does good hooks. I did the Kindle Unlimited version and I was waiting for 9 o'clock and Keith was like, we were watching some TV show and I was like, okay, well at 9 o'clock I'm gonna start reading my book.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to begin. 'Cause there's only so
I
much
need
time.
to begin.
There's only so much time to read.
Yep.
Whoa, I think I might start reading this series.
No, you should.
I
fun.
think you'd really like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
How's Scythe going? Did you finish?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, the ongoing play of Scythe.
Should we start a new one?
Well, or you can fully give up. You can give up on Scythe, kill it, and go into Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
But then you got to finish one. You got to just pick
gotta
one
commit,
book.
yeah.
You got to pick one book to finish.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great point.
Yeah. I like doing like a little like 15, 20 pages in the morning while I'm having my coffee.
Oh, that is fun. Gets you going.
Micro
Yeah.
reads.
Micro
Just a little micro read.
Yeah.
Just get your brain going.
Yeah.
But I did try, I was telling Kaylin, I've tried a couple other fantasy. Not for me.
Yeah.
Some of those Kindle Unlimited books, I'll do the ones that are free. I'm like, I'm not paying for a book that I've heard no reviews on.
Yep. I agree.
Some of them are not good.
Yeah.
Some
Kaylin
are
gives me
not
Rex,
good.
and if I get into one, I have like Audible, so I'll like use those credits on it.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm just Libby, whatever I can get on Libby.
yeah.
Give me those library
Give me-
audiobooks.
Give me those free ones.
Yeah, or Spotify. But Spotify, I have a grudge against
I
you.
didn't know Spotify did audiobooks.
They do like I have Spotify Premium or whatever, and you only get like a certain hours per month. So there's some times where I don't even finish the book, and they're like within the month, and they're like, you're done. You've reached your max
You're
hours.
done.
And I'm like, I'm not even halfway through this book. What do you mean I'm done? You have to let me finish the book.
Well, we have some Patreon questions for you.
Okay, Patreon.
Desiree. Our lovely Patreon Eastas sent in some questions. The first one is, how did you decide on your signature hairstyle? Specifically pink in the front.
Okay,
Do you
that's
not normally do pink in the back?
no. Well, the thing is I feel like we've kind of talked about this where
Yes.
people, especially with Wicked happening,
Oh.
Zach and I are feuding where I did the pink and green hair. And like people are like, oh, that's like your signature hairstyle. I'm like, that's not my hair anymore though. But anyway, it's always pink. My hair, there's always pink in it. Like
Right.
since I was a kid, I think I first dyed my hair when I was in like 7th grade.
Wow.
And my nickname on my hockey team growing up was Pinky because it was my favorite color. And I'd be on like a boys team and have like pink tape and pink laces and like things like that. So like anytime I dyed my hair in high school, we would have like breast cancer awareness games. So I would like dye the tips of my hair pink. And then like, I think the only time I dyed my hair and it wasn't pink, it was like completely blue. That was the first time I like got my hair
Oh, okay.
professionally, like completely dyed. But after that, I needed some pink in it. I don't know how I decided it. I think it was like I wanted to do different colors like green and blue, but I didn't want to get rid of pink. I was like, I just always need pink.
And then give it up.
Yeah, and even now with like
Yeah.
the blonde and pink, I just needed something that was like easier maintenance. Like right now my pink is like faded, but it's like I can touch up the pink at home and I don't have to go in
Oh, I
to like
see.
get my
Yeah.
roots. Like I do get like my roots touched up or whatever, like highlights done. Like every so often, but not as much as I had to with like the pink and green.
Yeah, because
So
it's expensive.
it's
It's especially color because
Yeah,
it
it's
washes out so
expensive,
fast.
especially in LA. And I'm like, I need to like be smarter with my money. And so like that's why I do the pink and blonde now. So it's like an easier upkeep, but I always still have the pink. Like I don't know if
It's a legacy color.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like pink
Since
everything.
7th grade.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now we know your favorite color
That's the beginning.
always.
Yeah.
Pink.
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 What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Hello?
Yeah.
Point at the hair.
It was funny because we had like an editor, like a new editor did something for Eat the Menu. And he talked to me. He was like, yeah, I had your stuff be in pink. Like, I don't want to make assumptions, but like that feels like it's your color, right? And I was like, it is. Thank you.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sometimes I feel like I am spending just as much time deciding what to make for dinner as I do deciding what to watch on TV. Before I know it, the night's over, I haven't watched anything, and I'm eating pasta again. If that sounds familiar, it might be time to streamline dinner time with Home Chef. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Last night we had the sweet chili pork lettuce wraps with crispy rice noodles. It was so good. It was so fast. Very little cleanup, which is honestly my favorite part about Home Chef. And when meal planning ends up on the back burner, check out Home Chef's new 5-ingredient meals that simplify prep with super easy recipe steps using just 5 fresh, pre-portioned ingredients. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life and, of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/sitwithus. That's homechef.com/sitwithus for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. homechef.com/sitwithus. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
The next question is, have you ever experienced the U-Haul lesbian stereotype or any other lesbian stereotypes?
Experience the U-Haul. I mean,
Can you
yes.
explain the U-Haul lesbian stereotype?
The U-Haul lesbian stereotype is like you meet a girl and you start dating or whatever and you immediately move in with each other.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yes.
Okay.
I've
heard of
never
this.
technically like lived with anybody besides my ex. And that was like a weird situation of like, we were best friends for like over a year before. But even when we were best friends, she was staying at my apartment like 99% of the time anyway. And then during the pandemic, we moved in together. But we were basically, she was living with me.
Right.
Even though it was like, we were only friends. So like maybe that, but like technically no. I feel like I haven't been like old enough to just like move in with, but like even when I was in high school, I was dating somebody in college. And then like one summer they kind of moved into my family's house. But that was also like her mom and her got in a fight over being like gay. So it was kind of like a, you know, you need to, I don't know. So like not really
Yeah.
the U-Haul stereotype, but I don't know. What other stereotypes are there for lesbians? I don't know.
As a proud ally, I will sit here and not.
Tell me the stereotypes and we'll cut it out and I'll be like, that's the stereotype.
I feel like I'm on like
I feel like
Z-Way's
the other
show.
lesbian stereotypes are all like construction related.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Or like
Oh,
sports
the Home
related.
Depot lesbians. Yeah. Like so I continually break my overhead fan in my room. Like I keep breaking the fan string
You're
off.
too strong.
It's been twice now that
Wow.
I've done it. I just barely asked my landlord to like fix it like maybe a month ago. And then the other weekend, I don't even remember doing it, but I woke up and it was broken. And I was like, how'd I do this? So my friend was like, oh, we just need to ask like one of the Home Depot lesbians on the team to come fix it because I can't keep asking my landlord to be like, can you fix it? The first time it was literally because I was like fixing my bed sheet, but the other time I was probably just drunk and yanking on it. So now my fan is just on and it's cold. It's winter. So I'm just
That's
like,
true.
I wake up and I'm like, freaking A. It's so cold.
Are you just so dry too?
No,
You're like,
honestly, my
sleeping under a fan makes you really
no,
dry.
my poor cat has been having really bad dandruff, specifically since the fires.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, maybe the fan is like, because it's like not really going away, and I keep giving like,
oh
so-
yeah.
oh, now I
Maybe
have to get it
Do you have a
fixed.
humidifier?
I do.
You turn on the humidifier.
Yeah,
and
I
it
do.
help them.
I've been putting that on. Damn it! Now I have to get it fixed for Pebbles.
For Pebbles.
Next question. If you were given unlimited money and airtime, what kind of show would you make?
A dating show immediately.
Dating
I
show.
want like queer Love Island vibes.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like, okay, have you guys heard of I Kissed a Girl? Or they originally was called I Kissed a Boy.
No.
Okay, it's this UK show that came out, I think, last year. It's like a bunch of like queer women in like a mausoleum or something like that in Italy. So kind of like Villa Love Island vibes. And like when their first thing they have to do is they have to walk through this mausoleum and meet this other girl. They can't say anything. The first thing they do is kiss. Like you kiss.
It's like the opposite of every other reality show.
Right. The first thing you do is kiss, which is actually why I think Love Island, like some of them were like, okay, you can kiss them before you pick them. But this is like you kiss, like the producers kind of pick who they think your best match would be. You kiss and then you like can change your match throughout the thing. But the whole them matching is like you're facing back to back. And if you want to, like every time you do a new match thing, it's like if you want to be with this person, you turn around and kiss them. And if you don't, you still you stand there with your back facing them.
So there are
brutal.
people who will turn around and they're just seeing the back of the person that.
So if I'm ever going to be on a reality show, it's that one. I'm looking right at the camera. Cast me as your American hottie. I don't care. Put me in, coach.
Tag them.
I love to kiss. If there's one thing I love, it's kissing. Put me on a show where I get to pick the love of my life through a kiss.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I recommend that show to the queers.
That sounds like a cute show.
Yeah, it's really great.
And also sad.
Yeah.
Like that would make me cry.
Are people just like devastated?
I mean,
Because that is a stark image. Like the other person doesn't turn around and you do, and you see their
You
back.
don't even get to like make eye contact before you leave.
yeah, it's like it's sad. I mean, sometimes you don't leave. They like you can match with somebody else or whatever. But
You can kiss again.
yeah, exactly. It's like, is there somebody else you'd rather kiss? And then you have to like wait and then you do the whole kissing thing again.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
Wow.
one's great. But yeah, I would definitely do some type of queer dating show. Amazing, fun.
I love it. Next question is there anything you've learned working for the Try Guys that you don't think you could have learned at any other job?
I think it's really just like wearing the multiple hats thing. Like me being like a producer for videos. And then it's like we did the Eat the Menu live tour show. And I'm like backstage handling all of everything going. Like I've never worked on a live show before. And so then we're like, Mary and Erica were just like, okay, I guess we're doing it. And so it was just like, I don't think being a producer for videos, you be able to translate in your same job, like doing that. But we were able to work that out. And it was like, it was a lot of fun. And like, I think that's what I like about it is you can like wear different hats and learn different things and like do different types of videos or jobs in order to like complete the project. Like even with like Romeo and Juliet Live and different things like that, it was like you're always doing something different.
Yeah.
And especially in like a typical film setting, like as an associate producer, in most places as an associate producer, I wouldn't be producing my own videos. I'm usually always working under somebody.
Right.
Whereas like I'm always working with like Keith or Zach, but like it's usually another producer who's like, hey, you do these things.
Right,
Where it's
right.
like, no, I'm doing these things. I'm just like newer at it. So I have the associate title.
What's your like dream position?
I don't know, producer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get me
For anywhere,
Yeah,
not just here. Like
I like
life plan.
life. I mean, my only life plan, I think, like anytime they're like, oh, what would you want to do? I'm like, I've always seen myself like moving to London and like working. Like I used to be like, I want to be a producer on Love Island. And like, but I don't really care because now, especially Love Island, it's a bunch of just like straight white girls who I don't know, not really my thing anymore.
Yeah.
Even though it's like fun to watch. I'm like, I don't know if that's what I want to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm always like, I want to go to London and like work there, but I don't plan on moving. Like, I don't plan on leaving. So I'm like, So I'm like, if I ever left LA, it would probably be to London.
Oh, do they have rugby in London?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I,
it's
when
way big there.
I studied abroad in London,
Oh,
so
okay.
I actually played a bunch of rugby there when I was in
Oh, that's
London.
dope.
Yeah, so I know a few rugby teams there, a few rugby gals.
She's ready. She's ready.
Yeah.
London, here you come. Which Sapphic celebrity do you think would do well as a TriCast member?
Oh my gosh, Sapphic celebrity.
I know, right?
That's hard.
Becky, who do you think?
As a proud ally. I know Sapphic is Sapphic just lesbian or Sapphic could be a bisexual?
It's like Yeah, it
What
could be
is
about
queer?
it could be bisexual. It's like
Is Sapphic anything?
Yeah, it's kind of like anybody who likes women.
Anybody who likes women.
Any type of woman, really.
Any type of woman who likes any type of woman.
I think the only one I'm thinking of, and I think she might be related to Dropout because I think Sam Reich like helps produce the show. But do you know the show, like, is it gay or something like that? It's,
with the redhead?
yeah, with the
Yes.
redhead. I love those clips. I think
Yeah.
they're so good. I'm like, I mean, I don't want. It's like I think it's like she has a Patreon exclusive.
Oh,
But Sam Reich like helps produce it.
Gotcha,
so I have a
gotcha.
feel. I don't know. I don't have Dropout, so I don't
Yeah.
know if maybe she is on Dropout or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think she's like
Those
I
clips
think her
are
name's, like,
really
maybe-
funny.
I don't. Let me see. Let me look up her name.
And now that you've said that, there's this wife duo that I think is just a hoot. They have a podcast. It's like Happy Wife. Yeah. The Happy Wife, Happy Life podcast. Kendall and Jordan.
Oh, I
I have
love
seen them.
them.
I
Wait,
have
let me
seen
see a
them.
photo.
Funny.
They're
You'll,
great.
You'll know them.
Oh yeah, that's Kendall. Yes, Kendall is Miles is Kendall, right?
Yeah, I think they're
No.
No,
Miles is Kendall is blonde.
Oh, but this was because this was what Miles
Miles
was just
knows
on.
her.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that's why I was
yes.
like, oh, Kendall. I was like,
Yes.
is that Kendall?
Yes.
Yeah.
The podcast
Oh.
Miles was just on.
Yeah.
I think those two are so funny.
yeah.
The one
Mm-hmm.
gal I started following because she did Midwestern mom like impersonations on TikTok.
Oh yes, yeah. She's
were-
so funny.
They were
Too
too
real.
spot on.
Too
real.
They were too spot on.
yeah.
I think they would be really good.
Yeah, they're-
in try videos.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was watching some of Miles's clips with them. I'm like, oh, they're fun.
Yeah. They're a hoot.
Yeah.
They just went viral for this conversation about the hardest part about being a liberal is that you don't have any friends with boats.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Mhm.
That's true.
Too true. Too true.
I have my boater's license and no boat to drive.
Boater's
a
license.
waste.
Yeah.
A waste.
What a waste of skills.
I know, really.
Okay, Sapphic celebrities. I'm going to rapid fire these and you tell me
Okay.
yes or no with Try
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres.
No.
Portia de Rossi.
No.
No.
Heather Matarazzo.
I don't know who that is.
She's Lily in Princess Diaries.
Oh.
The best friend.
Oh, I would say yeah.
I would
but
say yeah, maybe.
I only know her as Lily. so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jane Lynch.
I mean, she's fun, but
She's, yeah.
I don't know if she would.
She also went to Illinois State University. Shout out Redbird.
I feel like she would like murder the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would not like them.
Yeah.
100%. Rosie O'Donnell.
No.
No. Samara Wiley.
Who's that?
She was in Orange is the New Black and The Handmaid's Tale.
Show me. I'm a photo girl. Oh, Poussey.
Poussey.
Oh,
my
Poussey.
God. Sarah Paulson.
No.
Cynthia Nixon.
I'm going to pass on that one too.
Haley Kiyoko.
Yeah, I think Haley could
Yeah,
buy.
Haley.
Mhm. Mhm.
Megan Rapinoe.
Rapinoe? Megan Rapinoe, soccer player.
Soccer player.
I should probably not. She'd be like, what is going on?
She'd be like, "Who are you?"
I'm like the most like talk about sports person in the office, and I don't think it would click.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh, I love her.
McKinnon.
Yeah, Kate
Who doesn't love
McKinnon.
her? Come on. She's amazing.
Okay, there we go. Lily Tomlin.
I mean,
She would think the boys are ridiculous.
Yeah.
but
love her though.
love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Renee Rapp. Come on, Renee.
Renee Rapp.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
She's
yeah.
fun.
I love Renee.
Mm-hmm.
These are all. Oh,
So
Tessa
talented.
Thompson. Kiki Palmer.
Oh, Kiki's fun.
Kiki Palmer.
Amazing.
Kate McKinnon and Kiki Palmer.
Top choices.
I think those are the top choices.
I love that.
Top choices.
I think that'd be great.
Here's our last Patreon question. How difficult is it getting all the food necessary for the shoots? There's a lot of food.
It is a lot of food. So it depends on like which shoot it is. So for Margaritaville that's coming out, I think the week that this is also coming out, that place didn't have like online ordering and it was actually in
wow.
Universal City Walk. So we had Edgar, one of our PAs that freelances with us a lot. He just sat at Margaritaville all day and he just ordered the food, picked it. He like picked it up and like met Armando so Armando could like grab. So he didn't have to park at Universal and walk through every time and like
Wow.
pay for the, like there's just a little drop off right by
Yeah,
Buca
yeah.
de Beppo. So he would pull up in there and then Armando would take it and Edgar just posted up at Margaritaville all day. But like that one was probably one of the more complicated of like, we need multiple people. You can't really online order. You can't really park near there. So it depends on
Right.
the restaurant. But
You guys have done a lot of Universal City Walk, like the restaurants that are in there, because you did AMC,
Mm.
Buca
Yeah.
de Beppo.
We've done Buca de Beppo? I don't think we have.
You haven't done Buca de Beppo?
Keith and I have talked about
We haven't
it.
Buca de Bep?
No, we've talked about it. We're like, we think like each guest needs to be like multiple people because it's like
100%.
family
Yeah, they have
style.
so much stuff
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we've talked about it being a future one, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because I think Buca de Beppo is one where we'd also probably have to have somebody like there for the city walk
yeah.
part of it. But because it's right there, it could be I don't know.
Pop out?
Yeah.
No, probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're also have been working on food versus food.
Yes.
So can you tell us what the premise is on that? Since
Okay.
it's a newer.
So food versus food, I guess like last year / season, it was kind of like going to different restaurants and comparing like different style noodles, like a ramen versus I don't know, any of those other noodles. I don't remember what we did at this point. But this year, it's kind of like we're still going to be comparing food, but we're not going to these restaurants. I mean, most of the time we're not going to these restaurants. So you can watch all of the food versus foods on the streamer. The first 2 episodes of release, and the next one will be out in like the next few days. But this season is kind of different because each episode is different. So the first episode is food versus food orange chicken. So that is when YB and some friends go to Trader Joe's so they can grab the orange chicken there, and we make it here in the office, which was literally like when we were filming that, I was like, this part wasn't supposed to be chaotic, and I think it was like one of the most chaotic. Like there was like fire, not really fire, but like so much smoke everywhere. Everybody in the office like, what's going on? And I was like, it was because Miles kept being like, I usually cook it in the air fryer, and now you're making. I'm like, I'm having you cook it by the instructions on the package. So he kept being mad about not having an air fryer, and then I made them clean it all up because it's like all about the experience.
Oh yeah,
it's supposed to be the experience of like the Trader Joe's chicken versus Panda Express chicken versus PF Chang's. So we grabbed the Trader Joe's from the restaurant, then we cooked it here in the office. Then they went to Panda Express and did the drive-through, and we like ate it in the car kind of as a drive-through experience. And then PF Chang's, we didn't get permission to go film in there, so I went and scouted it actually with Leslie and Jonathan, and we kind of like set up the experience in the studio. So Jonathan was actually acting as like the host waiter.
Oh my God,
like
funny.
we took photos and like we somehow acquired the menu that was at PF Chang's to have here.
the talent.
You can find it online.
The
you know?
raw talent.
Yeah. So we like they ranked like the food and the experience. So it was kind of like all about that, which is also why I made them clean up the making of the Trader
life.
Joe's. And then they were
Yeah.
like, you just didn't want to make production clean. I'm like, we always have to clean. You guys can, that's the experience.
Yeah.
Clean it up. So that's the first episode, which I think was really fun and giggly. The second episode, what is the second episode?
I was thinking the pizza one comes out first.
Oh, the pizza one is already done.
already
So that
out.
was the second episode. My bad. The second episode was the fast orange chicken. The first episode was the hot to go pizza.
Yeah.
So that was fun where we had YB, Keith, and Ryan. Yeah, we had YB, Keith, and Ryan, and they tried pizza at a bunch of different like grocery store or type places. So they went to Costco, Whole Foods, 7-Eleven, Erewhon, Target.
Oh.
That technically has like pizza.
Target has it? They have
Pizza Hut. Yeah, they have Pizza Hut. It was not good. It like
what I thought was for lunch today.
no.
No.
No, we're not having that. Yeah, that one was bad because the way they serve it just like sits there in like a paper and like plasticky thing, so you can see the condensation on it. So it's gross. Honestly, the 7-Eleven was the best because the people there were amazing. Like
interesting.
they were like, we didn't know you were coming in today, and they were like, they offered like everything for free, and they were like, what? And we were just like, oh my God, yeah. And they were like, come back anytime. They were having like, I don't know, Santa there for the holiday. I have no idea. That 7-Eleven was wild.
I love
7-Eleven.
Yeah, but it was amazing. They were amazing. If we do an Eat the Menu 7-Eleven, we're like, we will come back.
We
here.
will return.
We will film in your parking lot. So that's fun. And then the last one is Taco Bell, like old versus new. This one was very much like Keith's baby. He's like thought
Sounds
about
like
it.
it.
He had a whole thing typed up ready to go for this. But for this one, we tried different Taco Bell like experiences. Like we tried to recreate the menu from the original Taco Bell. So we went to the oldest Taco Bell location, which technically is like the second Taco Bell they've had. The first one they like picked up and is now in like corporate, and it's like full of asbestos and gross stuff. That is just like the old building is now sitting in the corporate parking lot. So we went to the
that's
old,
funny.
yeah. So we went to the oldest now working one, which was like, you know, we went up there and then we tried to have
Where
like,
is the oldest working one?
it's in Long Beach.
That's in Long Beach.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's in Long Beach. They've like now
Wow.
like redone it so it doesn't
Yeah.
like look the same as the original, but they still have like an outdoor walk-up window, which is what they had originally, which is really cool. And so they had like the stuff that was on the OG menu, including like there was like I think like a chili burger on the original menu. So we brought our own burger buns and like got the, you know, the meats and stuff and like kind of made it as much as we could. But that was like one of the only things that they couldn't really recreate. And then an amazing thing that happened while we were filming, which like we didn't plan it, it just happened that they had like their like retro old style meals come out. So it's like throughout the they called it their decades menu. So when Keith was in Minnesota for Lou Burger, he went to this like, I don't know, futuristic looking Taco Bell where it's like, it's a drive through and like the kitchen is upstairs and they like send down your order in like tubes, kind of like you're at a bank.
Like a bank?
Yeah, kind of like a bank. You like order it, I think, on your app or something before, and it comes down and he did like the decades menu in that. So that one was really cool. And then we did like we flew up to there's this like, they have cantina versions where you can like drink alcohol and stuff. But up in San Francisco, they have this one on the beach, which is like one of the prettiest Taco Bells
my God.
in the world or whatever. So me, Keith, and YB, and then Chris, our DP, flew up to San Francisco and back in one day just to go film there. Like we flew up, took a Uber to the airport. Like we were also all dressed up because in some Taco Bell like cantinas and like in Vegas and stuff, you can get married in them. People have gotten married at this beach place before. So like we were all dressed up like in like wedding guest attire.
Stop.
Like
On the plane.
on the plane at the airport, like we went to the Taco Bell. We got everything on the menu that like we needed to try. Like we did like the cantina items and like the new whatever type of items. Like so they had like all the different alcohols, the exclusive cantina items. Ate all of those, went on the beach, and like our timing was perfect where it was like, okay, like this is the time we need to leave in order to get in our Uber to the flight. Like Keith and YB were finishing up some videos, like on like cell phone footage videos. And I was like, okay, the Uber's here. And then we got in the Uber, like took all the mics off, got everything ready. And like, so that was like, we literally flew up and back in one like working day, which was crazy.
Quick day.
Yeah, it was a quick day.
It's a quick turnover.
Wow.
We went to that's going to be a part of that video. We went to the Mexican restaurant that apparently inspired the Taco Bell man.
Yeah,
I don't know his name to create.
Glenn Bell.
Yeah.
So Glenn Bell learned about like making hard shell tacos from this specific like restaurant. I think he had like some other restaurant going or working somewhere or something. And then he like went to this one and they like taught him how to make hard shell tacos. And it was the inspiration.
The crunch is good.
Yeah. The inspiration beside it is hard shell tacos. So it's really like a whole history of Taco Bell that Keith put. Like Keith now is like
expert.
And like you asked him about Taco Bell, he's like, I don't know how I still remember all of this stuff. Like he is.
Well, he's also Taco Bell's #1 fan, Taco Bell's #1 hater. They don't like him. They have never invited him to any of their influencer things.
That's true.
And I think it was Kelsey Dara maybe was at like Taco Bell headquarters and they were playing the
menu at Taco Bell.
So in the lobby.
Yeah. So we just have another video for them to play in the lobby.
Wow, you're welcome, Taco Bell. You're welcome.
So just more promo for Taco Bell.
You know what is? I mean, shout out to Taco Bell. They sell their seasoning packets for like taco meat. They're good. They're good.
Okay.
We're usually like
spice
an
blends.
old El Paso family, but
not anymore.
the Taco Bell one was good.
Wow.
I liked it.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
So do you get to try all the food too?
Generally,
like you've been
yes.
eating a lot.
If I want to, I can, but sometimes I don't want to. Like sometimes like the food is not good. So I'm like, I'm not doing that.
What was the favorite thing you've had so far out of all the places you've gone to?
Well, we did the Michelin series last year.
Oh yeah. Well, Michelin.
So now I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like it's funny.
Now your
like
palate's been
it's
elevated
like
a
we
little
were
bit.
all like eating all of the Michelin food, and now we like are doing these ones, and we're like, right, back to normal, eat the menu. Guess we're gonna have the leftover Hooters that Keith didn't like.
You don't want the wet
Those chicken wings.
Margaritaville burger.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay. Fun fact about Margaritaville: the reason we got the inspiration to do that is actually I'm turning 30 this year, and so me and a bunch of my college rugby teammates are going to a Margaritaville all-inclusive adults-only resort in Mexico to celebrate our 30th birthdays together. And so when we were trying to think of eat the menus to do, I'm like, why don't we do Margaritaville? And I'm like,
they're pretty prolific. They're everywhere.
No, literally.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God Keith liked it, because like that's probably going to be the same exact food that I eat at this all-inclusive resort.
Maybe
already
they'll
know what
have
to
like
order.
fancy.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will have fancier, like they have a bunch of different restaurants inside of it, but it's all Margaritaville.
Oh yeah,
So I'm like, thank God I love the burger in paradise.
and their margaritas.
Margaritas
Their
are
margaritas are good. I'm not gonna lie, they're not bad.
yeah.
They know how to do it.
Yep. So
They know how to do it.
Anything with a good marg tastes good, you know?
I think the thing with Eat the Menu that I have the hardest time with is the to-go food.
yeah.
Like anytime we've been either like at the restaurant or like when we were in
Yeah.
the U-Haul for Olive Garden, it came right out and we were able to eat it. It was good. But like, this is spoiler alert for
sits-
Margaritaville. The burgers were so wet.
Yeah.
And it was just because they were hot when they got in the
Like
Yeah.
wet or juicy?
wet.
The burger bun on the bottom was like,
Yeah.
Or like
really,
the
'cause
condensation
it would like
from like the
yeah,
the
and like-
container.
And the fries.
to go
it's all
fries, no matter where they're
steamed.
from, are always going to be bad.
Mhm.
Guacamole will never try. It's always going to
Doesn't
get brown.
travel
Turns like
Like,
brown.
those are things that it's just like
You're already working at a disadvantage.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we, have heat lamps, try to reheat things, but it's like there's so much food we can't go around and be like, I don't know. That's like the only hard
More
part
cold
is like
fries, Keith.
yeah,
Some more
soggy
cold
fries. is-
How much have you learned about food safety
Ooh.
doing this?
Oh, a lot.
Because I know during the live
Ooh.
shows, you had to learn a little bit
yeah,
about
during the
Oh.
during the first
I
live
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the first live show, I think it was also hard because Atlanta, everything was a little bit spread out.
Mhm.
And like the timing of like what time places close. And at that point, it was our first show. So we only had like one PA able to run around and get all the food.
Mhm.
And if like some of the places didn't do delivery, is like some of the food we had to have way earlier, earlier
Right.
than we should have had it. And like in some of the places, so that was a hard learning experience specifically for Keith, unfortunately.
Oh no.
He texted me in the morning and was like,
I'm dead.
I think I got bad fish. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Ugh, that's
how
the
long was
worst.
it waiting? And he's like, I don't even want to tell you. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So that was probably a great learning lesson that poor Keith had to go through while I was just like, sorry, dude.
Still trying new experiences.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
always
You know,
want to try new
It's
things.
part of travel.
Yeah.
It's part of travel.
You gotta do it.
And like
never
in
know.
how many years of Eat the Menu, he's only got
Yeah, only gotten food poisoning. Really that time. And
Yeah.
I think Disney really.
Disney like
I think it was
messed
the
him up.
volume
Yeah.
of
the volume and then
food.
going on rides.
Yeah,
And
and the sugar. I
Yeah.
feel like there's not
Oh.
as much in like a normal
Yeah.
Eat the Menu. It's like more greasy foods,
Mhm.
whereas Disney was like, yeah, you still had some greasy foods, but it was mostly sugar.
Yeah.
Keith doesn't
The
eat a
sweet
lot of
treats.
sugar,
Yeah, and
The
it's
sweet
like
treats.
every day.
and you're walking
Multiple
around
days in a
like
row. Yeah.
July or June.
Yeah,
whenever we went.
it was July. It was so hot,
Mhm.
and so you're probably not drinking enough. You're not.
No.
Yeah, and those are just like long days in general. So
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't think he's gotten sick.
no,
Ugh.
but yeah,
a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
And I'm like, I don't cook. So I'm like, I was like coming in here. I was like, I don't know anything about food. You want me to order it? Cool. I can order online. I can do
Mhm.
that. So a lot of learning.
a lot of learning.
A lot of learning.
A lot of research.
Yeah, a lot of
Learning.
research.
Because for the tours, who chooses who like the food you're going to try?
It was usually like me, Keith, Erica, and Kaylin. So she could like grab things of like what people are saying are popular online
I
and what we
see.
should try. And then if we had people in office or like friends who are from the area, we would like talk to them and like also like fans would be like, oh, like you needed like when what's his name from The Office was on Eat the Menu Buffalo Wild
yeah.
Wings.
Kevin.
He recommended, I think it was Varsity in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay, well, we have to try that because that's what he said. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you have to try Varsity.
Mhm.
So it was really just recommendations from people, what we'd find online, things like that. So yeah.
What would they be for LA? I don't even know.
For LA,
Pink's hot dogs.
We did
They did
Pink's,
Pink's.
we did In-N-Out, which
Mhm.
was, In-N-Out didn't make it on stage on time. because of because of in and out.
the
You can't order in
Yeah.
advance. You can't
That's true,
get
yeah.
delivery. So
Yeah.
we had a PA just sitting there, and I was like, "It needs to be on stage in like 10 minutes." And she's like, "Well,
Oh well,
I'm still waiting in line." And
not
I was
gonna
like,
make it.
"Okay."
Not happening.
Yeah. So,
What
but
else
it came on
was
stage
there?
later. We had pinks.
Oh, Keith always goes, "I've got to have a French dip." The LA, and I'm like, Keith,
Oh.
nope, nobody knows this. It is not LA. So he's like, it was invented
Oh
here.
yeah, he likes stuff that's invented in the city too. So it was
even
like,
though it's not popular
Yeah,
here,
he had, like-
it's not well known for here.
he had at
Yeah.
least 2 salads in that show,
Mhm.
and I was like, nobody wants to see you eat a salad, Keith. And he
No.
was like, the Cobb was invented in LA, and I was like, okay. And then the Cobb came on, and like nobody cheered, and I looked at him. I was like, I told you, nobody wants to see you eat a salad. He always even says to eat the menu. He's like, the salads are always my least favorite part, and I'm like,
But it was
Maybe it's
invented
invented
in
in
LA.
LA.
it was invented here. I'm like, nobody
Yeah.
cares.
He says that about the French dip every time. And I'm like, what? Name the last time you ate a French dip.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally
So-
years.
Yeah, so we tried things that were like invented in the areas too. So we tried to get like, the best versions of those.
Mhm.
Which I think like they said that somebody claims that like mochi was invented in like LA. I don't know.
That feels like a lot.
So I think we
That
had
feels
mochi.
That's definitely Japan.
That feels wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can't
So
wait.
this is a question from Reddit.
Okay.
And am I the asshole?
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
I, 26-year-old male, broke up with my girlfriend, 25-year-old female, of 2 years because of something that happened recently. And now my friends are saying I massively overreacted.
Uh-oh.
So a few days ago, my girlfriend and a close mutual friend decided to play a prank on me. The prank was that the prank was that they filmed a scenario where I caught them in bed together pretending they were hooking up.
What?
They set up a hidden
What?
camera in the bedroom. And when I walked in, I saw him in just boxers and my girlfriend in a bra and panties straddling him, acting like they were mid hookup. To make it more realistic, they even made some noises and tried to act like it was happening for real.
But it wasn't happening for real.
I was shocked, furious, and immediately confronted them as I thought it was real at first, like
Of
an
course.
actual betrayal, because you would.
Yeah.
And then I walked out of the room and started leaving the house. When they followed me screaming it was just a prank and then showed me the video they'd been recording.
From the start.
From the beginning.
I know, right? That's
Sure. To be honest, I felt completely betrayed, not just by the idea of the prank, but also because of how they had gotten undressed to film it. I know it's meant to be funny to some people, but for me, it felt more disrespectful and I was hurt. The whole thing felt like a violation of trust, even though I know they weren't actually cheating. I told her I couldn't be in a relationship with someone who would do something like that, and I ended things right there.
Wow.
She's devastated, and our
Bam.
friends have been telling me I overreacted. They think it was just a harmless prank, and I should have taken it better. But I can't shake the feeling that it crossed a line for me, especially with how intimate and uncomfortable it felt to see them in that situation, even if it wasn't real. Now I'm left wondering if I made the right decision. I'm starting to doubt myself because everyone else seems to think I blew it out of proportion.
Well, if it was that easy for him to break up with her, then you know what I mean?
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
That's an interesting
So it's like if it was that easy that he wouldn't even have
where I
to.
immediately would have gone Matthew.
If he like, if it was that easy for her to break up with her in one moment without thinking through everything,
Mhm.
then it's kind of like, was it meant to be anyway?
Wait, can you remind? Okay,
Mhm,
who is the person? Who are these people?
So we have man one.
Man one,
We have man's best friend.
man's best friend,
Man's woman.
man's woman. Okay.
So man's best friend and man's woman were in their underoonies making sex noises and straddling each
Doing a
other.
prank video.
That's for man one.
No.
That's an insane thing to
Okay,
do.
first of all, they're like, oh, it's a prank. I want to see the beginning of that video. I'm not convinced that they weren't trying to make their own sex tape and that's how they're covering it up. Like, did they set up the camera and they're like,
Uh-huh.
hee hee, this is a prank?
We're gonna get you.
Or was it like, okay, let's cut that first part and let's just do them walking in? I don't think it's an overreaction. I think that's fucking weird.
I think it's weird. I think it's a weird
definitely
thing to
crossed the
do.
line. It definitely crossed
Yeah.
the line.
Like, I like to, me
some
and my
pranks aren't funny.
Yeah, me and my friends mess around. I
It's not
remember
a funny one.
specifically, I was like in Vegas with my friend and her, like with a bunch of people. But at one point, like I slipped my hand where my friend's hand was, and she was in on this too, holding her boyfriend's hand, and he didn't know it was me for so long, and then we were all like, ha ha ha. Like, I'm somebody who likes to fuck around and like do things like that, but I wouldn't like be like, let's take our clothes off.
I think
in a
that's
room
where,
like, that's like,
in
even
person
if you
on
guys
internet.
were pranking, there was some weird intention that it was like you wanted to take your clothes off around me.
I was like, I've also never been that naked in front of my friends. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
I'm
never
naked all
been
the time. So I'm a different kind of person. But I like grew up in locker rooms and things like that. But still, like, I wouldn't be like, let's prank my friend and your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever.
Yeah.
And like, we're gonna be naked
I'm
together.
gonna get on top of you.
Like
and
a
have him walk
pre-planned
in.
thing. It would be something if it was like there was a little joke and they walk in but it was like you have to pre-plan this.
Yeah. I'm also like, why wouldn't you, if it's really like a silly hee prank, why wouldn't you just like reveal the prank immediately?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not a funny prank.
Yeah.
It's like Punked, where like Sabrina Carpenter's crying over her
Yeah, and
stuffed
honestly,
animal. Like, it's not funny.
I think
it's
Punked
mean.
might be the only
Yeah.
one that, like, it's like that's a whole production. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's the only one where I'd be like, fine, I'm mad, but whatever.
Because then it's more than just 2 people in on it. Too.
Yes,
then
and
it's
that's
like
the
a lot
thing.
of people.
Yeah.
Is maybe if there was more people, like I don't know if it makes it better,
Like
but it
jury
also,
duty.
Yeah, but it's also kind of
Yeah,
like
like jury duty.
exactly. But it's like if it's just these two, I'm like, why are you guys talking to each other? No,
Yeah.
don't talk to each other.
It reminds me of that episode of Boy Meets World when they're in college and Corey pulls the sheet off of Topanga and Sean. He goes, underpants. Because they were filming like a little morning thing and nobody else.
No,
I've
don't remember.
I've seen
I do
it, but
not
I
recall.
don't remember it.
Boy Meets
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he should have been upset, but it is crazy to me that he was ready to break up like in a moment.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy.
I think
I feel like I'd be like, bye, bitch.
In one moment.
I feel like
You
you're not
wouldn't
able to
leave 'cause you're
process
like-
that it's a joke in that moment. So that's
Yeah.
why I would be like,
It's like
I'm
you're
Yeah.
not thinking all the way through. You're not like, okay, give me space. Like I need to think through things and like
I think
was like
they
in the heat of the moment.
breaking up was a good choice. I think maybe thinking about it and talking about, I don't know what they did, but
Yeah.
hopefully they're not friends anymore either. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, did you break up with that guy?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Are
Because
you,
it's
are you
always like,
friend breakup?
yeah, I was like, I think I would be more mad at the friend than the partner. Like if I'm breaking up with the partner, I'm like, fuck you, but you're my friend. Are you going to keep pretending to fuck all my other girlfriends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's just not funny.
Mm-mm.
Like, there are a lot of funny pranks you can pull on people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
That's wild.
odd. Yeah, I just don't. I guess I would ask them, what is the reaction they hoped he would give them?
Right.
Yeah. and,
Like, haha, so funny.
what were you going to do with the video after?
Yeah.
Were you going to like put it on TikTok? Just like, why are you making a video of this prank?
Yeah. What are you going to show my mom?
Yeah.
You going to show my mother? You going to show the internet?
I'm just like, what gave them the inspiration?
They wanted a bone.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that
Like-
you've said it, I'm like, they wanted a bone. This was their way of boning.
yeah. And now it's like, oh, well, he's broken up with both of us, so we can do it.
Now we can bone.
Yeah. Without feeling
No
bad.
stopping us.
Because we were
Yeah.
just trying to joke around.
Yeah. And then the joke got taken too far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Trust your gut. Stay broken up.
Yeah.
He's not the asshole.
Not
No.
the asshole. I just
No.
think, man, that's a terrible 2 years you've been dating.
Yeah.
And that's the prank you're going to pull.
Oh my God, I'd be so mad.
I would be livid.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Who are his friends who are like, it's not that big of a deal? I feel like if like that happened to you, I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. I'd be like, pack up your stuff and leave.
yeah, I'm
Get
like,
out of there.
I'm blocking them actually.
Get out of there.
Oh my God. I would throw a lamp somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest prank I pulled on Keith was I used to hide around the apartment.
That's so funny. Becky, did you have
the
Becky
intro
Gotcha.
for Becky Gotcha.
Becky gotcha.
I have a reality show to pitch to you later.
Oh, okay.
It's called Becky Gotcha.
Amazing.
But yeah, I would wait until he said he was coming home, and then I would like time it, and then like hide in a laundry basket.
That's
Or, like
so.
hide in the closet.
And would he come home and be like, wait, where's Becky?
Becky gotcha.
Even if I wasn't like in the living room or like visible, he'd be like, like
somewhere.
Because
Like,
sometimes
where
I'd
is
just
she
be
gonna
around the
be?
corner.
Where's she gonna be?
That's so funny.
Does he scare easy?
Not really. I've only seen him
I can't
get like
imagine him
actually.
gonna be like, ah!
No,
You know?
there was a funny. We did this like haunted house in our neighborhood that these kids put on, and like it was not good. But he turned around to me to like tell me something in the middle of it, and a kid snuck up behind him. So when he turned around, the kid was like right in front of his face, and that he did scream.
Oh my gosh.
And then
I
there
would
was
love to see him spooked.
You should have seen my sister-in-law and I were brought to tears by the memory of it because I fully forgot that it happened. We were hiking somewhere and we were in this like cabiny Airbnb and I was sitting next to Keith and a spider just starts coming down on a string and I freeze and I'm like, Keith, there's something on you. And he did the full woo!
Oh God.
My sister-in-law brought it up over Christmas and I was like, that was the funniest moment, seeing him do the full, like, he's just all arms and legs.
Never is either. It's, it's impossible.
And we all ran away from
seeing him be like, I'd be like, but I'm always like, I'm always for like Keith's demise in a very fun way. Like I'm always trying to get him tackled on camera. I'm always trying to like
safely.
Safely. Becky, it's always safe. And he's always like, I'm not doing that. I have a baby to think about. And I'm like, we have mothers on our rugby team, Keith, okay? There's a whole thing now where
they're strong.
Yeah.
Desiree. That's the difference.
Honestly true. But Zach got tackled.
That's true.
Zach got tackled in trolley problems.
It was really funny.
Yeah, but there's this whole
It's really funny.
there's this whole thing between me and Keith now where I'm always trying to like set up a time for him to get tackled and he always like says no. But he agreed that if he's like on this whole roll, which I'm sure you'll see in a video, I think in the first episode of this show that's coming out that we're currently calling Gourmet Garbage, but I don't know what we're actually going to call it. Basically, he makes KFC into ramen. He really wants us to put on A Christmas Carol live. But he's like, we have to get one of the like more subscribers on second try and more like 5 million, I think, views on one of the YouTube videos that come out this year. And he's like, and then we can put it on. And he said that if we do it, there'll be a poll where the viewers can choose where like whoever I am, I tackle Keith or whatever else happens.
I wonder what the poll will say.
So people better vote for me to be able to tackle Keith. Because if you vote for the other thing, I'm going to be so upset because it's finally my moment to tackle Keith. And that's all I've ever wanted. Keith wants Christmas Carol and I want it now too. I'm back on the Christmas Carol so I can possibly have a chance to tackle him.
Yes.
Is it any video or is it that one video that the KFC one?
Well, no, it's any video on YouTube like that is new coming out. They wanted to hit 5 million. So it could be that one. It could be an Eat the Menu.
It could be this one.
Okay, so keep watching so that Desiree can tackle Keith.
Yes, exactly. Get me to tackle Keith.
Every view ticks us closer to the you should have a tackle meter.
Your goal.
Yeah.
Like with like a picture of you in your rugby gear and it moves up the thermometer as it gets closer and closer to the goal.
Oh, for every video you just see.
Yeah.
I love it.
Desiree, it's been a joy. A privilege and a joy to have you here with us.
Wow, thank you.
Thanks so much for sitting with us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Where can the people find you? Do you want the people to find you?
I guess, yeah. People can find me on Instagram at Desiree Hurlba. If TikTok's still a thing, it's Pinky Hockey 16, my old AIM screen name. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Or secondtry.tv.
Yes.
I got videos
Food
on
versus
there.
food.
Yeah.
Eat the menu.
Food
You're
versus
there.
food. Eat the menu. Maybe more things coming out.
D&D.
Oh, I'm currently prepping the second season of New Guy Tries.
Oh,
We're in like pre-pro.
Love that.
So I'll be helping
Can't
with
wait.
that this season, which is exciting.
Woo.
But yeah.
Amazing.
More to come.
Yeah, more to come.
More to come. Well, make sure you're subscribed to secondtry.tv for all the cool behind the scenes exclusive and all the new shows coming out. And so that Desiree can tackle Keith.
Yes.
But until next time, make sure you're washing your hands, peeing after sex, being nice to people, supporting your local rugby team, reading dragon fantasy smut.
Hell yeah.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.